Thomas A. Rollins Sr. It's Friday night. You're listening to the Yanki and the Brit.
Rock out with your cock out. Get a boner and have fun this weekend. Go enjoy yourself. Go rub one out on the bumper of your car. Shoot paste all over the fucking thing. Then go listen to the Yanki and the Brit on the RGM Radio Network. Happy fucking Friday.
Yanki and the Brit. Country Friday night, I guess. Friday nights are kind of usually whatever the hell hits the fan, but I don't know. I heard lots of good, my favorite kind of country, I don't know what they call it anymore, Americana, chicken country, I don't know what the hell they call it. But I got some good stuff there. But I'm also stalling here because I need to reload this music into the show program here because it's friggin' messed up from last week when I tried to make things better and all I did was make things worse. So I'll be half-ass talking here and half-ass trying to make this, see what happens. Too many drugs in the 70s or something. Jerk. Alright, just gotta bear with me here a minute. I'll get this. But it's gonna be done. And I was laughing at Brenda. Said she went home and went to bed for an audit they were supposed to do, so she didn't know if it got done. So yeah, I could see that. Let's see, how do I do that? Right here. Okay, now I'm getting something. All right, slowly but surely, it's getting there. All right, went up there last night, talked to my manager. She said she never showed up, but the girl in the office said there was some guy checking all the registers. That's ridiculous. Yeah, it fried my brain, hell yeah. And I'd smoke that much more again if I thought I'd have the same amount of fun I had then. Right, I would. I enjoyed it. I don't regret anything I did. I guess I couldn't say that. It's not that I'm not regretting it. I guess I just got to the point I don't care anymore. Alright, I gotta go over here and do one more yet. And then I think all this stuff will work again because I'm getting doubles everything. Because last week I tried to put everything on a separate stick and clean my computer off in order to hopefully help it run better. And it just, oh my God, it just screwed everything up. So I'm going this route. Trying to put everything back like it was, or close to it anyways. So a couple more seconds there and I'll be ready to roll. Man, it's going to be friggin' hot here again all this week. I can't even... Oh, sorry. Oh, I got fresh coffee brewing. Oh, my God, that shit's awesome. Anyways, it's going to be one of those weeks. I waited on a lady today and her last name jumped out at me. And, come on, don't keep me in suspenders, as the wife likes to say. Well, I know, don't tell me your last name was Bradley. That'd jump out and shoot her. Or O'Neill, or Hattie, or Alfred, for that matter. Oh, my goodness. No way. Barbara Ross Kelly. Let's see, which one is she married to? Jim? Oh, no, was it Jim? I can't even remember their names now. Jim and, oh, geez, I can't remember their names. Not that that's a bad thing. Barbara. She must have married one of the boys, I guess, unless the ex-wife is gay. I'll be damned. I always wondered what Karen looks like now. Probably like her mom. Big fat bitch. Because she certainly was a skinny little bitch back in the day. That friggin' Indian or whatever she was attitude of hers. What a flea bag. And I was young. I shouldn't even know that shit about people back then. But she was a jerk. Funny, too, I was thinking about Bill the other day, her dad. Now, he was a cool guy. I liked Bill, but, man, his wife sure put him through the friggin' ringer. But you'll have that. Okay, music all loaded up, ready to roll. What do we got here? There's Mr. Benny. Yo, yo. What's going on, Big B? What you munching on? Anything good? She's an older lady, and she's a regular customer, but I never paid any attention. Maybe it's Bill's wife, even her dad, because Karen's mom died a long time ago too, I think, and her sister did. Sharon died quite a long time ago, so that could be. I never thought about that. I think she died. I know Bill got divorced from her. Maybe if the world was lucky, she did. But anyways. Leftover steel sandwich. Steel. You mean you stole it from the little boy on the corner? Oh, steak sandwich. Awesome. Benny's eating a steak sandwich.
Leftovers.
It ain't a chicken for
leftovers.
Yeah, well, what's wrong with leftovers?
Nothing better than leftovers.
I like leftovers better than I like the fresh food a lot of times.
Yes, sir.
At first he said it was a steel sandwich, so I assumed he went down the corner and stole it from the little boy down there that had just stole it from the man at the meat market. But I don't know, maybe Alabama ain't that far back in time anymore. Hard to say. There's certainly some corners of it are still back in the 50s and 60s. I see that. Anyways, just sitting here, I don't know, not doing much of anything. It's just us. Benny, Brenda, me, Donna's over here. Little down in the mouth, but she's all right. Excuse me. I don't know, not much to say. Got a flat on my new truck. Got to go get that fixed in the morning. I don't even know what happened. I think it happened here in the yard somewhere, or on the road real close to the house. And what else? Oh, something else. You know I'm always bitching about plastic bags. I can't stand those God-blessed things, right? And I've talked before about how they get wrapped around horses' ankles and hanging in the trees and all this shit. My suspicions and my concerns were confirmed. I read an article in the paper, and it's a pretty good-sized article, too. It wasn't just like one little blurb there. It was almost half a page or so. Some dude was driving along, and I don't know where it was. I don't remember where he said he was, what if it was Texas or where it was, but he saw, the wind was blowing, and some plastic bags blew across the road and blew into this pasture, and as he was driving by this place, and I could see this happening. I could see you seeing this if it happened, it was meant to happen, I guess. But anyways, the bags blew across into this pasture, and this pony grabbed one of them, and I don't know, horses are just as curious as anything else, but he was eating it. And the guy saw the horse take it into his mouth, so he stopped and went back, and sure enough, he caught the horse swallowing the damn bag. So he says he went to the drove as fast as he could up the driveway to the rancher's house, and told him. He said he was worried about not having time to save the horse, so he says, "You don't mind if I run and look at your horse, do you? I need to check on him." And the guy says no, and he ran back there and checked on the horse, and lo and behold, it was too late. The horse suffocated on the friggin' plastic bag. And I like horses, but that's not even the whole thing. The whole thing is that people don't give a shit. They all, Walmart, one item per friggin' plastic bag. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. People want to just sit back and don't say anything, and they don't want to do anything about it. But that's what you get. Mr. Thomas A. Rollins Sr., you're listening to the Yankee and the Brit. I can't even do it like you do it, Thomas. Not a chance in hell. But I try to do my best. All right. Let's go over here and play some tunage, I guess. Well, we'll just let the old machine decide, won't we? Ready. Yankee and the Brit. Friday night, I think it is. Seems to be, anyways. How's everybody doing over there? Tammy Mascara, Mr. Rollins, Mr. Big P Benny over there. Brenda. Let's see. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Probably a good thing. Saves your ears from all that. Anyways, I guess we'll do a Benny tribute. How's that sound? Here's 3 from Mr. Benny Pittsinger.
You're listening to the Yankee and the Brit on the RTM radio network. Don't make me say it again.
Why stand among the sheep when you can run with the wolves? The Yanky and Brit Show.
All right, hold it right there. I remembered what I was going to say. You know the whole contest thing, right? The ISA and all the voting and blah, blah, blah. And why is it that if you're a member of ISA and you're a promoter of ISA and you work with that bunch, how is it that you get to win an award? Any idea how that works? Just curious. Yanki and the Brit, Friday night.
Over here in Bells, Texas.
It's, and I know you guys were talking about that ISSA crap. I know a lot of you guys were paying attention to us when all that shit, started up. And it wasn't too long after it got going that, we were pretty much right that the cards were stacked, number one, against us. As soon as we saw who was in it and who was involved, we knew that. And we were okay with that because that's just the kind of operation it was going to be. And there you go. It was. You can see that shit coming a mile down the road if you just look close at some of that crap. But it's just ridiculous. I don't know. It was a great idea. I think it was a hell of an idea. But once the names started popping out, who was involved in all that, well, there you go. You have something to say, dear? I'm going to turn the ear back on.
I don't know. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing, Tammy Mascara? The beautiful eye makeup. Benny Pittsinger is in the chat room. He says he thinks the harpist doesn't have much melody. And I think if he'd have added more melody, it probably would have killed a good song. I think the harpist was done exactly right.
I guess that depends on your idea of melody, I guess. I think you nailed it. Why would you mess with it?
Exactly.
Can't get any cooler than that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix the bloody thing.
He's probably got one or two songs that I just, they're all right. But you can't bat 100. But the songs obviously aren't that bad in my own mind because I can't even tell you which ones they are.
I was just about to say, like what?
Well, I don't know. There's a couple that we play that we listen to in the truck when we're riding. I mean, but I'm just saying they're not like the harpist. They're not like, Alibi or any of those other tunes. Guy Clark seldom sang where? At ISA, you mean? What's this about? We got some of his music, too. I think that's the guy I like.
We've had that much music come through our doors that I don't even know half the names anymore.
Is it Guy Clark? I don't know now. Sorry, I'm enjoying some very hot apple pie.
I enjoyed some of your hot apple pie earlier while you was asleep.
Did you?
I did.
Well,
that's
good
why
for
I
you.
said how it was crammed full of apples.
No, I guess I don't have any Guy Clark music. It's Guy somebody. I don't know. I thought we did. Anywho, I like a lot of music that people send us. I just don't play a lot of stuff because people don't come and request it. And nobody really requests anything here. I do it all. I mean, you guys request a lot of music, but it's the independent artist. Benny's, there's a few people request Benny's. And Donna's, let's see, who else is, but, basically, we don't get requests here for anything, You folks that are tuned in here all the time, Brenda and Thomas, Stacy Joe, Tammy, a few people come in and request songs somewhat regular. But it's just, and I don't understand why not. I mean, I get tired of picking them. But I mean, if you guys like the music I'm playing, that's cool. That's awesome. That makes me feel good. But it just makes me wonder why more people don't. And I know I'm just shooting the shit. But this coffee is so fresh. Got to enjoy this. But something else I wanted to say, too, was on the Facebook page, the Yanky and the Brit. And maybe it's our name. the Yankee and the Brit. Maybe it's just stupid and nobody thinks it's a stupid show and won't even come listen. Could be. But anyways, the page, like all that stuff I've been posting the last couple of days, all these old pictures and these stars from Woodstock and all that kind of stuff. The whole idea of that is to invoke chat. Excuse me. I think Thomas and a couple other people actually commented, but the whole idea is just to get people talking. Nothing I ever try works, really. And I'm not whining or moaning. I'm just saying I've tried so many things. And I've said before, you heard us, Donna's even said it too a couple times, we just don't have much to offer anybody. Yeah, well, I know, Brenda. I allow for all that stuff. I mean, can't remember all those things, I remember a lot of songs. Most of the time when I hear one, it's like, oh yeah, now I remember that. But to think of them off the top of my head,
they've got to stand out, haven't they? I mean, that's always been my thoughts in the past. When we've been interviewing people, we interviewed people. We interviewed over 100 artists, and when I used to think to myself, what was going to make this person stand out from all the rest?
Nothing. Well, Benny, it doesn't necessarily apply to every single person. It's an overall thing. Come on. Anyways.
He's talking about the members, there was...
Anybody that's in there. My point is, it's just to invoke some talk, some chat, like Thomas was talking to me about riding bikes when we were kids, with the banana seats and the long forks on the front and all that stuff, but it's to get people to come together and be social with each other. Our little band of radio rascals, come together and screw the rest of the world and just, talk to each other.
And I do have something to ask you guys out there that's tuned in.
There goes the world.
If you're going to add people to the Yankee and the Brit radio page, we don't mind. We've not got a problem with it. But please make sure that they are genuine accounts. I mean, someone today, she must have gone through a whole friends list and she added so many people. And I was going to go through all these people, but I could see that a lot of them had only opened up an account today or yesterday or over the past couple of days, and they weren't even English speaking accounts. And there was like 3 or 4 people in each of the friends lists. So when somebody adds you and that person's thought to add you, out of all the million people in the world, they've thought to add you, and their account isn't even English speaking, and they joined Facebook yesterday, and these people are just adding all these scammers onto their account, and then they go and add them to our pages. So when people get talking on our page on the rare occasion that they do, then these scammers start adding these people, and then these people end up getting hacked. So we all have to look after each other and don't be adding stupid hackers to our radio page.
This woman said she was a singer, added all these friggin' people to him. I mean, Watabe Wananabe? Who the hell is he? Just joined Facebook 2019, 5 minutes ago. It's like, get out of here. How could you friend that guy? You don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael's here. Say hello.
So I'm saying to you, hello, Michael. So I'm saying to you guys, if you add anyone to our radio page, please just make sure that it's a genuine account.
Well, no. Go ahead and add them, or I'm going to delete them. So, if you don't want to check them, then that's what happens. But Donna even sent the girl a message and said, what did you tell her?
I did. I told her what I wrote on the Facebook page. I said, I don't care who you add in your own friends' Facebook list, but for heaven's sake, don't be adding them to our bloody radio page.
And she said?
Sorry, I didn't realise.
Didn't realise what? This is where I was confused. What? That you were friending, people from every country on the planet except America, and none of them had been on Facebook except, within the last day or two? You knob. So she got the boot, too. So, this all, you've heard us moan about this shit before, but that's the whole thing with ISA and all that crap. That's why we just don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I know, we're boring as hell, but you know what? Not talking politics a little bit, very little bit, and not talking religion, because people can't keep them separate. People can't just, understand things, I don't get it. People are just friggin' retards, and I'm sick of dealing with them for the most part. And I don't mean you guys. I know I have to explain everything. I don't just mean you. I just mean people in general, overall, on the planet. You talk about religion, and then people start, and then racist comes into it, and blah, 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 and politics. I like Trump, and I don't like Trump, and next thing you know, people are fighting and arguing, and blah, blah. Who cares who anybody likes? I know some people in here right now in this chat that like Trump. I think he's a whack-off, but I don't care what other people think. You like him, that's fine. Vote for the guy. Stand behind him if that's what you want. I didn't like Obama, or the president before him, or the president before him. I didn't like anybody after Reagan, for the most part. But, so what? I'm not going to sit here and tell you shouldn't vote for him because you should vote for him because you like him. That's the key. That's what this whole freedom of living in this country is supposed to be about. Choice. Do what you want. Do what you think is right. Steer the country in your direction if you can. All these friggin' jackasses that whine about, like me, whining about plastic bags. Walmart, one item in a bag. Come on, seriously? And yeah, I bitch about it, but I mostly bitch about it because it makes me feel better. It doesn't do shit for the planet. It doesn't do any good otherwise, because I know nobody's going to do anything to change it, and I can't do it by myself. I know that. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. It takes everybody, and I mean everybody. Not 100,000 people, not 300,000 people. It's going to take everybody to stop taking plastic bags out of Walmart and refuse them. Go buy some cloth bags. Stop taking those plastic bags, and when they sit there long enough, they'll quit using them. Everybody wants to fight shit the hard way. It's very simple. Don't shop there and use plastic bags. That'll put a stop to that. If you want American products and you don't want Chinese products, stop going to Walmart completely. Or only buy anything that you research and is made in America. That's the only way you'll get anything done. You all have to stand together, and everybody has to do it. Yeah, well, that's a good start. That's a very good start, Michael. Laredo and Austin have banned plastic bags. Well, ain't enough, And then there's Benny, who is bisexual, so, he likes plastic or paper.
He's not picky.
And I did not know it, that Aldi's has paper bags. 7 cents a piece. They're cheaper than plastic ones. But I'll take paper bags any day, man. I can start the fire in the wintertime. I can store my kindling wood in paper bags, and all I need to do is pick up a bag full of kindling wood and shove it in the stove in the morning to start fires. There's all kinds of uses for paper ones. Plastic, no good. Pollution, doesn't matter. I ain't going to be around long enough to worry about it. Yeah, that's a bad attitude too, but, my kids don't talk to me. Screw them. You're on your own. So, they don't want plastic and soot in the air, then they can burn it. Well, not burn it. I just don't burn it because it doesn't do any good. It won't even start a fire. The shit just melts and it's gone. It makes more smoke than it does anything. Yes, you can line birdcage with it too. I use paper bags to drain French fries and bacon. It's good for all kinds of stuff. Jeez, that's just the beginning. And the thing about using it for grease like that is, some of that cardboard or paper is thick enough that it doesn't go through on the counter. And we, little Miss Bradley over here is quite you're quite the little earth saver herself.
I am?
Any of the vinyl, when we cut vinyl letters for these signs and stuff, any scrap that's left over, if it's of any size, 4-6 inches wide or something, by let's say a foot long, some of that stuff, it sits around here for months thinking, we'll use it. We don't try not to waste anything. And little Miss Miser over here will take that and make a friggin' plate out of it because, just what you said, the grease from sandwiches and grilled cheese sandwiches, the butter and all that stuff doesn't soak through the vinyl. So, she puts it all to good use, too. Nothing goes to waste around here. read
But the edges of a paper plate, because Randy buys a lot of paper plates, the edges of a paper plate don't really do much when it comes to having a sandwich, you know. It's not like your sandwich will go flying off because you've not got the edges of the paper plate there. So I cut them up and I will use them as a little plate. They're also good as well if you're if you're making something in the microwave. I cook a lot of soup, so I would cut up those the wax paper from the vinyl that we use, and I would put them over the top of the soup when I'm microwaving it, and then it stops splattering the microwave.
Hey, was it you telling me about fish and chips? They use newspaper?
Back in the day, yeah, they don't anymore.
Oh my God, we'll all
Health and
die.
safety.
It was okay to use it when ink was poisonous, but now we don't want to when they make it out of, water-based stuff. Why would we want to do that? Benny said California banned plastic straws, but the paper straws have plastic wrappers. So, But do you guys remember? I know you guys remember this. Way back. Remember the little horizontal straw dispensers at whether it was McDonald's or any, drive-up ice cream stand or anything? And I know this was all over the country, but remember you just pushed down on a little lever and a straw would roll out sideways? They didn't have wrappers on them. I didn't have any effect from those things like that. They never bothered me any. No, seriously. Come on. The air is no dirtier now than it was then. They didn't have wrappers on them. Nobody died. Used to be plastic silverware
Hence when
for
you
you.
were a dwarf, as Benny pointed out.
See, Brendan knows what I'm talking about. I remember all that. And there were paper straws. Very hard, waxed paper straw. And they lasted. They held up. They worked pretty damn good. And then we had to go to plastic. I still don't understand what that's all about.
Or, fish and chips. Well, not so much fish, because I don't really eat
I
a
just
lot
had
of
that
fish,
piece of
but
apple pie and
fish
this coffee, and
chips.
you're making me hungry over
Fish
there.
and chips in newspaper. Oh my gosh. It just made it all so perfect.
Well, that's what I told you when I lived in upstate New York in the 90s. There was a chip shop, chippy shop as you call it, anyways. Fish and chips place, and they did the same thing. They laid just took half of a newspaper and laid it right in a basket, put your fish and your fries right on it, ink and all. Should have seen all the crazy people walking around there. Not a one. Everybody had fun. They swam in the lake, got wet in the lake, ate fish and fries from newspapers. Crazy. I just don't get what the big deal is now. And now, when some yuppie little punk comes along, and that's no good. I gotta have plastic in a plastic wrapper. So one person bitches, and look what happens. And then a bazillion people don't say anything, and look what happens. So right back to what I was saying. Just don't understand.
Enough moaning. Get a tune on.
I suppose. You know what? This is my friggin' show. Shut up. I want to moan.
About time you got a song on. You said you were playing 3 Benny songs, and
I
I've
did.
only heard 2. Well,
Well, how about a 4th one then? Maybe you're listening and not chatting.
maybe you're plucking your eyebrows.
Maybe you're washing the dishes.
Maybe you're cleaning the toilet.
Maybe you're
But
jacking
either way,
off.
it all goes down much better when you're jamming to the Yankee and the Brit on the RTM Radio Network.
Maybe you're pulling the pod.
Goodbye, number 1974.
Thomas Gabriel. Johnny Cash's grandson. Oh my God, it's so friggin' awesome. First time I heard that, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Man, I wasn't sure if it was really him or if somebody was jerking my chain. But it's very cool. Anyways, there's a little
Thank
story
you,
behind that
Benny.
song. I'm sorry, say what?
I was just saying thank you to Benny for hooking me up with his daughter.
Oh, right then. Jolly good. Anyways, there's a little story behind that song about when Thomas Gabriel was in prison himself. Because he got hooked up into drugs and blah, 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 and all that stuff. So you can look that up. It's very cool. I love that kind of stuff. I love reading those little stories. Benny knows I love stories and things like that. And, the rest of you probably know by now, too. I think it's pretty slick. Here's another one from Thomas Gabriel. It's called Get On Home.
Hot night.
Well, according to what I read anyways, he's, focusing back on music. The little story was great to read, though. Johnny had tried to steer him clear of drugs and things because you know what happened with Johnny Cash and all that, but it didn't work. Thomas went the way of the wicked and, went to prison and blah, 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 and spent like 15 years or something there. He's been in there. He's out, supposedly all better, and he's trying to stick with the music. And Donna is talking about Beverly, who I guess is...
No, not Beverly.
No? I thought she was promoting him.
No, it's... Oh my gosh. It's somebody that you guys have probably never heard of. She's just his
Hey, Mom.
Alfred the radio dog is here.
Can I borrow Pup for a minute? Yeah, what do you need? Okay. I think he wants to go out. Go ahead and talk a minute. I'll take him out.
Yeah, the lady that deals with all his promotions and bookings, whatever you call one of those ladies. I have her in my email, and I could probably dig and find it. We asked if he could come on the show one time, and she says, "Oh, we'd be happy to." And then, we tried to arrange it, and then we just never heard back after that. But the lady's email address is still there, so I'll see if I can dig it out. I could probably find it now, actually, probably. I'll see what I can do. Hopefully I've not deleted it. It shall be there. I don't delete many things, so I imagine it is still in the deepest depths of my email. So I will definitely have a look for you. Whew. So what we got going on over here then?
Me.
What?
That's what's going on.
That is what's going on. I was about to click on one of these songs because I've run out of things to talk about.
Benny? Benny's talking about... He said it'd be cool if Thomas Gabriel do one of his tunes. I'm sure you have. When you contact somebody like that, does it bother you when they say no? Or we're not interested, or piss off, or whatever? Does that bother you? You just take it with a grain of salt and keep on moving.
Oh, I found the email address. That was easier than I thought.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Deborah Milliken.
Yeah. I'm going to put the email address in your
I was just
chat room,
curious.
Benny.
Anyways, let's see. Something else I wanted to say too.
She is his publicist. She says, "I'm his publicist, booking, and Howard D. Green was so nice in getting his info to you. Please contact me at my convenience and we'll schedule the interview." But she never did schedule an interview, so...
I know, I would think, Benny, you'd have to be pretty thick-skinned to deal with.
Yeah, so you
with
just
no
might have
so
to be
much.
Persistent. But this is the lady...
Oh, Peter Fonda shit the bed too. 79, was he? Is that what it said? Mr. Easy Rider has jumped off the cliff with everybody else. Just thought I'd pass that along. I don't know if any of you knew that yet. I just saw it on Donna's page posted because I don't have Facebook going during the show usually. So, anyways, sorry, I'm enjoying a nice big chunk of Colby cheese. This just in, now that I remembered I had the music loaded, Peter Fonda shit the bed, crashed his bike. The Easy Rider rides no more. With that being said, here's Chris Stapleton, Hard Living. Yanki and the Brit, Friday night. Howdy. What's going on out yonder there? Hello, Stace Face. What's going on? How are you
Stacey
there,
the
ducky?
Fart Facey is in our chat room.
Quack, quack, quack. I know, I was going to say hello without saying hello, but I couldn't find the say hello. To say hello. Damn it, Jim. What'd he say? He doesn't know. Oh, for Christ's sake. You know, gotta do everything the friggin' easy way all the time. How's that? Any better for you?
I am smoking a fag.
Yeah. Oh. There it is. Smoke that fag, lady. Have another one.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird.
About the word. So anywho, what's happening? Everybody all right? Got your weekend planned? Working? Slaving? We got another week of friggin' 100-degree weather. Ugh. Can't get nothing done.
Hey, Stacy.
Stacy had her face pulled.
I know. I saw a picture. She's like,
I know. They pulled her whole face away from that tooth. Did your face feel like it was swelled up and it was so funny? And your face was so swelled up. Go back to 26 to get another piece of my face pulled. Then a few more pulled. Get upper and lower partial plates. You know what then? Duck. Stacy's going to have a good pull at the dentist. Uh-oh. Dribble glass. You hear what I said?
what? The dog is being weird. What's up with you?
You wound him up. I said Space Face is going to have a good pull at the dentist. She doesn't care.
No, I don't. Not right now.
Jerk off. I'm trying to talk to you. Hate when she does that to me. Did they ask you all kinds of questions after your face was all numb? I hate when they do that. So, Mr. Bradley, blah, 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 blah. Jake Worthington. How do you honky tonk, bitch? Answer the question. I had to sing it Donna's way because she says, I owe my soul to the company ho.
Company ho. Hey, speaking of doggies, because there's a doggy right in front of my microphone.
Don't watch what you say.
Did
Yes,
you happen
please.
to save that recording of that dog the other night?
Did
No,
I
the
save that?
the
I
husky.
don't know if I did or not. I don't think so. I
Oh.
was going to. Did you guys see that post with that dog? That was that husky that was talking to his owner? Master? Friend? Pal? Whichever you prefer to be called. Oh my God, he was cool as hell. I couldn't stop laughing. It was way beyond awesome. That was the coolest thing ever. And he wasn't having no shit from anybody, man. Maybe I did save it because I remember saying something about he wasn't having any shit or taking any of that or something. That might have been the
Yeah,
one.
maybe.
So, what's the point? Well, the point is he was not happy with what his mom or whoever was telling him. Yeah? You think we're all excited about the stuff you make us do? Wait, whoa. We don't make you do anything.
He's just as argumentative, aren't you, Alf?
Well, I want something, can't you tell? It's pretty obvious. What is it
I'm
you
not
want?
taking him outside, and I think that's what he wants. You know, all those
Who's
wasps.
just out there?
All those wasps are buzzing around the door.
Yeah, but that won't hurt me. No, but they won't hurt you, maybe. Except you'll have a big swelled up face. You know what? When Caesar was here, he got stung. Did he get stung by a wasp? Was that what happened?
Yeah.
His whole eye swelled up. You know what? And his eye was as big as your head. Oh, you're full of shit. No, I'm not kidding you.
Caesar,
Really?
your dog got bitten.
His friggin' eye was like an orange. Yeah, it was bigger than that. It was like a soccer ball. The dude was like.
It's like one of those big melons.
Yeah.
You know, those big giant green melons. That
What, you
other
calling him a
peop-
melon head?
That other people buy in Walmart.
He didn't say he was a melon head. He said his head was his eye was the size of a melon.
Oh my gosh, this dog is in a soppy mood.
Oh boy. You guys, you make stuff up as you go along,
He's
don't
probably
you?
after
No,
animal
nobody's making
crackers.
anything up. What's the matter with you? Why are you
want
so
some
wound
Madonna's
up?
biscuits? Is that what's the matter?
Hey,
I want my biscuits.
why don't you look at me for a minute? I'm doing the talking over here. Because you're not saying anything. What? You've been hanging around with Donna too long. Out. What do you want? Do you need something? Do you need to go outside? You want some water? You want more water? You want another drink? Is that it?
Randy found a big bloody wasp nest today. And you managed to get rid of it, but the wasps will not leave us alone.
I have a big old rusty wok. I guess it's a stir pan, fry pan. It's like a stir pan wok, not quite as big as a wok, but anyways, it's a stir pan, I guess you would call it. But it hangs on the wall outside on the porch with some old tools and things. And we kept seeing these wasps around all over the place over there. Well, guess where they made a nest? Behind it, because I had the pan, the bottom of the pan facing out away from the wall. Well, they managed to go in behind the pan and they built this big nest in there. And finally, Donna was out there the day before yesterday and she's like, look at all these friggin' wasps around here. It's 800 degrees outside and they just love that heat. So I just grabbed it and jerked it off the wall and threw it across the yard. And sure enough, there's about, 6 neighborhoods from the east side of Dallas come climbing out of there. And threw it out across the yard. Then I went out there with a weed eater when I was weed eating the other morning early and turned it into shredded wheat. Well, it took care of them morons. Yeah, it was crazy. I know, he's a melonhead, Stacy. He thinks everybody's calling him names. He's like me. He thinks everybody's out to get him. Your father went to school with Dinah Shore. I remember her, too. Back when TV was good and people didn't talk about stupid shit. And maybe that's because things were new. I don't know. I know I pretty much can't stand talk shows now. I have no use for them. Good night, Mr. Thomas. Thomas says good night.
Good night.
Donna says good night if you didn't hear her. He's had enough of our bullshit.
Whoa.
It is 9:53, so we got, just a couple minutes left. So 6 minutes. Ain't even worth another song. And I had a cool one to play. Oh, you know what? How long is this thing? I'm going to play it anyways because it's only friggin' 6 minutes, 3 minutes long.
She's okay. She's that Brit.
How did you get Dad to do that? How'd you get the train to play and smoking a fag out of the same thing? It only does one at a time. You're amazing. The woman is amazing, I'm telling you. All right. Anyways, we're done. We're done here. Gotta go. Thank you, Brenda, Benny, all y'all. Tomorrow night, of course. No, I was just looking at what Benny said. No, they will never compare to Johnny Carson. And I've been sitting here the last couple of weeks watching people interview with Johnny Carson and stuff. And I'll tell you what. I don't know about anybody else, man-wise anyways, but the actresses back then, oh my God, they were so much prettier and nicer. And, they were either just outright friggin' stupid or they were intelligent. There was no in-between like today, and they didn't say, well, like this and like that, and it went like this and like that, and God almighty, it was great. But there's so many great people on there. Robin Williams and, Robin Williams when he first started, for one thing, that was, one that's, I can't even think of the other guy, the other comedian dude, some of the old comedian dudes. And I've watched Rodney Dangerfield, oh my God, like 800-900 friggin' times in the last month. I'm sure Donna's sick of hearing that. But he just cracks me up, man. The dude is funny. Well, we're out of here. Time is of the essence. So I rectum, we shall say goodnight, Donna. So say goodnight, Donna. The blueberries and yogurt say goodnight. See you guys tomorrow night. Same time, same bat channel.